Amy, you're currently muted. Can you hear me?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the
There we go.
republic
So yeah, can you hear me now?
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
Hello?
justice for all. Thank you. Okay.
I have
The
unmuted.
Town
Can
of
you hear
Burlington
me?
Select Board
I
meeting
may have
of
the volume
September
off on that machine.
27th, 2021. First item on the agenda is a tree lighting. It's for, being presented, requested by Healing, which is a domestic violence advocacy group located here in Burlington, although they do reach out to other communities. They're headquartered here in Burlington, and they've requested to light certain trees for the month of October, for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Anybody have any questions or comments?
We've done this before, right?
Yes, we have.
I don't have a problem.
All right, then, no problems, no comments. I'll be looking for a motion to approve.
Is this just a motion, please, on the, behind number 256?
I'd like to make a motion to approve tree lighting October, what's the date?
It's the
Oh,
month of
October,
October.
sorry, yeah, that's right, the month of October for domestic violence awareness.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 500. Item 257 is approval of the Diversity and Equity Inclusion Committee appointments. Nick, I'll let you take this one. You spearheaded this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, so one of the two committees up for your consideration this evening. So we had a decent turnout in terms of, which I should start by saying that both the schools and BEC offered up their reps very quickly. I appreciate them acting as decisively as they did, finding folks to help represent those two, well, the school district and then, the organization, Burlington Equity Coalition. In terms of the at-large positions, there were 5 applicants, and so the real question became, how do we, talk to these folks? What's the best way to go about it? And so as opposed to conducting one-on-one interviews, I worked with Paul Sagarino and Joanna Faust to put together a 3-question questionnaire that we sent out, and those are in the backup. You guys can take a look at that just to, get a good gauge on qualifications, interest, and, just get a good sense of, these individuals. And so we're offering up Barbara Addison Reed and Saeed Ghani, I hope I'm saying that right, as our 2 at-large members, Nancy Bonacera as the BEC rep, Carl Foss from the school committee, and myself as the select board rep.
Okay. Any discussion on the request from Selectman Priest? Michael?
Jim, I just wanted to mention that the resumes of those candidates were pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we get some good talented people there.
Yeah, for sure. We often say that Burlington is, chock full of, qualified people for a lot of different things. And, once again, right, we have people who literally work in human resources, have made, diversity, inclusion, part of their role over a number of years. And it's great to have, them as a part of this committee.
Okay. Joe,
No, nothing.
have anything?
No, not about the appointments. Have you worked out a schedule when you're first gonna meet, or how often you're gonna meet, or?
No, it's all still kind of TBA. I'm hoping that we can meet at least once a month. But I'm going to pull together the committee for their first meeting and talk about time commitment and all that fun stuff.
Okay, will these be the kind of meeting that would be on VCAT, or?
They will be publicly held, yep.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, I'll be looking for a motion to approve the DEI committee as presented by Selectman Priest.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Sorry.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 500. Nick,
Thank you,
thank you for
gentlemen.
your work on that. I know you kept coming back to us, and we'd say too many, and you end up fine tuning it down to a nice group.
Thank you.
Very well educated.
But you
as
also
Michael-
now have a list of resources that should you need them.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, just as a side note, I was wondering at some point, Betty, if we can invite Mr. Forch to one of our meetings, just to introduce himself to the board. He's the new DEI director at the school. Okay, item 258, discussion or approval about town meeting warrant articles that we didn't take a vote on at our prior meeting. There were 3 articles that we did not take position on, because we need a little more information. We have that information now, so these articles, 19, 20, 21. Does anybody have anything they'd like to mention regarding this? Or take a position on 1, or 2, or 3, or all 3 of them? We generally, we have and we haven't voted on zoning bylaws before, but
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I
Michael.
think, I agree with you, yeah, we don't always take a position on zoning articles or things. These, I feel that have a direct correlation with our economic development policy and plan for the town, so I'd be okay with taking a vote on these.
okay. Mr. Morandi, any discussion?
Nothing.
Bob?
Yeah, the same as Michael said.
Nick?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I know that the planning board was not in favor of Article 21, so I would say that, or I'll go ahead and make the motion that we support Articles 19 and 20 as presented in the warrant.
Okay, the motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, by Joe. All those in favor of supporting Articles 19 and 20?
Aye.
Say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, 500. I just want to make a comment. I mean, the terminology itself, high-rise, when you say the word high-rise, it gives you a picture of a high-rise building in the city. And we're moving to innovations, like we have the innovation campus right down the street. I think changing it to innovation is a positive move in the right direction. Okay, subcommittee reports. Bob, anything?
Nothing
Nick?
I just want to say that, and Mr. Chairman, you were there with me yesterday. We had the opportunity to attend the IAB's Diwali event on the Common. The turnout was astounding. I would say 200, 300 people.
Oh, at least.
I mean, it was just wonderful to see everybody out, enjoying all the vendors. They had high school students doing entrepreneurial endeavors, supporting them, you know, from that aspect. They had the treasury there. They had, you know, other vendors, the music, the dancing, which both the chairman and I took part in.
You had to bring that up.
Absolutely.
You had to bring that
Is
up.
there video?
Oh, there it
We're trying to get it burned
There were a
right
lot of
now.
red lights pointing at us.
Oh, wait a minute, sorry. Oh, God.
No, but, you know, truly just a great day. Their energy is infectious. And so, you know, I was down there with my wife and my kids, and they were having a blast dancing along. And so just, you know, a huge thank you and a shout out to the entire IAB for everything that you do for the community, for, you know, holding this event, you know, and it was just great.
Thank you. Michael?
No, sir.
I know we had the passing of a firefighter, Major Travers.
Yeah.
I didn't know him that well. Did you get to work with him? or-
I didn't get to work with him, Jim, no, I knew him outside of the fire department, but actually, I'm glad you brought it up. If you read his obituary, it's really a pretty interesting history there, rags to riches type of a story. It'd be, might behoove you to just go to the webpage and read it. It's pretty interesting guy.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Joe, anything?
No, I just want to express sorry that I did not make that festival yesterday. The prior commitment came up and something I had to take care of. But I really want to thank you guys for dancing on my behalf.
You haven't seen it
Because-
yet, so don't thank us yet.
Well, I'm thanking you because I didn't have to do it. So I'm thanking you. So I'm sure next year I'll get roped right into it again, and I'd be more than happy to take the spot along with Mr. Denizio, which two of us can be there. Hi, John. Wyatt. And that's all I have to say.
The only, I was gonna echo what Nick said, but they did a great job of reminding the attendees to wear masks, social distance. It was very well organized. The only other thing I wanna mention is we had another major leak at the police station last week. More damage to the building that's already damaged. Anyway, John, anything from the TA's office? No? Any old business, new business?
Just one item,
Yep.
going back to the police issue. He's not here to be able to do it, so maybe we'll pass it to you. I was looking for a schedule of things we need to do on the calendar. relative to the police department and what we need to do to keep that on schedule moving forward. So we need to know what we need to do to start it, what we need to do to keep it moving.
All right, that's a great idea. Timeline, Bob?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you, John. Okay, citizens' time. Do we have any call-ins?
We're not hooked up?
We're not hooked in?
Yeah, tonight we're just,
Okay.
we're not advertising.
Okay, that being the case, I think we're done with tonight's agenda.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained, we're adjourned.